Hey everybody, good morning. Nice to see you today. I'm excited to be able to welcome you to the topic of what is a loss leader for baking business today. I'm Melissa Fryer with Build a Better Bakery. If we've never met before, what I like to do is specialize in focusing about 17 years of baking industry experience into the content that I create for you here online. And that's to help you master your calm control because you're going to need that as a business owner. Your genuine joy because I want you to continue to love what you do because it's a great career if you can make it work, and also a sustainable income because for a lot of us that's important to have in hand so we can continue to serve our community. And this is all to support your baking business adventures. And I know everyone's in different places in the world and has a different story, so I'm always here for those private calls. Everyone in the group gets a 20-minute, or anyone really new to the Build a Better Bakery community gets a 20-minute mentorship session with me on Zoom or on phone so we can absolutely talk about what you have going on. And I'm just here for you, baker to baker. I've been there, I've been in the commercial space, I've been in the home baking space, I've worked for other people, I've worked for myself, lots of experiences. So I'd be happy to share that information with you. And again, today we're talking about the concept of a loss leader and how that relates to your income as a baker and profit, which is one of the bigger profit strategy, and profit creation is one of the bigger aspects of our Q3 workshops and sessions and anything we have going on for you this month. So go ahead and throw up your hashtag replay if you're viewing on the replay. As I mentioned, here in the month of August, we're going to be focusing on profit concepts and explaining those for you. This also couples really well with our monthly workshops all about profit and pricing. So we're covering kind of like financials and money over Q3. Our next one coming up is about 5 specific profit strategies that I want you to have on hand so you can grow your profit in your business, specifically for baking business. And it is coming up next week. So if you want to get in that, I want you to go over to buildabetterbakerynow.com/workshops so you can see what we have going on, see how you can get into either the live sessions or the replays or whatever it is you want, and then we can get you some help in these areas of profit and pricing. And then go ahead and throw up your hashtag live anytime you see me live so that I know that you are here and watching. I do want to warn that sometimes comments come in a little late. So if I see you later on, I'll say hey, and I'll answer any questions you have in case I don't see them while I'm actually on the video live. To stay in the know about these lives, you can check the events in the group, in the Facebook group, the Bakery Business School. You can also send Melissa Fryer, that's me, a request on the Facebook platform so that I can continue to invite you to any new events that I'm making in the group. That's the only way invites can go out anymore because our group is too big. And then lastly, well, 2 more things. You can hang out on the email list. It's a free thing to be on. And what I do is I send out replay links for both YouTube and Facebook videos. I send out resource links. I send out workshop invites. All that stuff you might want to be in the know about, you can get on the email. And then also lastly, subscribing to the YouTube channel is going to be important because we might be focusing more on that soon. But also it's just like a replay on demand situation. So all the videos are up there, or most of the videos. So that's a good other free place for resources to be. I do go live every Thursday at 9 a.m. Mountain Time at the moment, right here in the Bakery Business School Facebook group. So this is just to make sure you're getting some new content every week, a little something to listen to, something to get your mind going, and then to remind you of what we have going on, of course. So let's hop right in with what is the definition of a loss leader. I love this topic, by the way. I think it's a really fun way to use your marketing and your pricing. I want to give you a few examples of things you've probably seen and tell you that it's a loss leader, and then you can kind of understand how it works in maybe like a retail setting and how you can use this in your business. And just kind of a foreshadowing, this is a little example of what we're going to be doing in this month's workshop. We're going to cover 5 other strategies next week, but this is one that is in that same category of profit generation. All right, so a loss leader is a pricing strategy where maybe a baker or a company is going to sell a popular product or service, but usually a product, below its market cost. So you know what you should be selling it for. So it's going to be a little bit lower than that. And the point of this is to attract customers and increase sales of more profitable items. And we'll talk about how you can make that happen in just a few minutes. So the whole point of it is to take that popular product, bring down the price to attract customers, and then hopefully get them to purchase more profitable items or more products in general by getting them in the door with the loss leader. The idea is that the initial loss from that specific purchase, from that loss leader purchase, will be offset by customers buying other products or returning customers, and then having those other products at regular prices. So you're kind of creating a demand for that one thing, and then they're also going to, lean into more purchases. So some examples of loss leader products, and granted, there are other reasons that these products might be cheaper, so I'm not going to go into that today, but these are considered loss leaders in the industry. Some examples would be dairy and eggs. I know that we've seen some shifts in those prices recently that have been scary, so again, there are reasons for other shifting in pricing, but generally, at a grocery store, dairy and eggs, and sometimes even meat is considered a loss leader. They aren't making a lot of money on it in the store, if any money, but they're placing it strategically by other profitable items, and they're getting you to walk through basically the entire store to get to them. So there's placement of product, there's other things that are happening there, but that's an example that you might see pretty often in a grocery store. Another might be seasonal items. So this could be clothing, decorations, accessories. A lot of times that's getting people to come to the store because it's a seasonal thing. They have to come purchase the thing. They might not be making a ton on that. You might see that in advertising and marketing, but they're getting you in the store with it. Another one, real easy, like in a drive-through, a fast food menu, like a value menu on that fast food menu. The value items, that's their loss leader. And then lastly, the one I love the most because I think it's just really near and dear to a lot of people's hearts is the Costco hot dog combo and their rotisserie chickens. They aren't making any money on that, and they're probably losing money on those sales, but does that get you into the Costco? Yes. Does that get you excited to go to Costco? Yes, for some people. So that is the example of their loss leader. I want to throw out some downfalls because it's not going to be all, butterflies and rainbows all the time when we talk about profit strategy. So some of the downfalls for this specific strategy are something that's called cherry picking, which you probably hear used in a lot of different terms in a lot of different ways. But when we talk about cherry picking with a loss leader, that means customers coming in and only buying the loss leader and then leaving. That'd be like someone going all the way into Costco just to get their hot dog and leaving. So that can happen. It's not common because of the ways we can set it up to where they're going to be purchasing other products along with, whatever the loss leader that they're looking at. But it can lead to small losses over time if you haven't really set up the avenue where it's very, very easy for them to just purchase a loss leader and leave. So we need to, if we were working together on this, I would help you choose your loss leader. We would talk about it, whatever the item is from your menu, and then we would talk about how to get them to purchase more by purchasing the loss leader as well. So we just want to consider that cherry picking might be an issue. And we do want the loss leaders to work. So we do want people coming in to purchase the loss leader and setting it up in a way where they have a desire to purchase other things going along with that, or that they'll come back again soon to choose other items. Another downfall might be brand degeneration, which I think you would have to go pretty far with this to start hurting your brand. But we just want to be careful which items we use as loss leaders. There can be an issue with choosing. You might choose one that doesn't work as well. We want to think about how far we're discounting them. If we discount them too far, it's going to look like they aren't valuable. And then also how often. So does a loss leader always need to be priced low? How Costco always has it priced low? Not necessarily. I mean, Costco's a huge brand. They have a lot of pull in that, and they're getting you to a physical location. So you're already there. You might as well get your sweatshirt and your toilet and your bag of flour or whatever the things are that you're looking for. If you're using online sales like a lot of us bakers are, or it's not an in-person transaction like a market or a store, there could be some issues with always having the loss leader set at a lower price. So we want brand integrity to remain while we're using this strategy. And it could be a fine line. Again, I think if we have a mentorship session, we can talk about what you want to do and then which one would be best, and then maybe how often to start using the strategy. We want to consider choosing a specific situation. So, if you do different things in your business, maybe the loss leader is only activated at the markets, or maybe the loss leader is only activated on the weekends, or maybe it's only activated randomly by chance, or very rarely seasonally, things like that. You could also think of a loss leader like a signature product that you're known for that's affordable and easy for you to make. So sometimes you already have something like this on your menu. Sometimes it's kind of a mishmash of what you're already doing, and sometimes it's going to be a completely different product that you need to add. Once we get clients interested in that specific item and happy with the purchase, even if it's a loss leader purchase, they will then usually, like let's say you do a lot of custom work or bigger dessert tables or things like that, they will be more comfortable spending more time and money and trying new products from you once they get in the door with that specific product. Now, I want to give you an example of something that I do, and it's the cookie dipper bag, which if you've been around long enough, if you've watched my videos over the last few years, you'll know that I use this specific product for a lot of things. I use it for corporate gifts, for wholesale orders, for subscriptions, etc. I use it a lot because it's very versatile. There's a reason that it is the way it is. But I want to note something about it, that it's not always at a specific price, at a loss leader price. So I actually shift pricing on this product when I need to use it for whichever component I'm using it for, but it is often my loss leader. If I want to use it as a loss leader, I can mark the price, maybe where I'm just breaking even or losing a little bit because I'm trying to kind of pay into the interest that I'm generating for my other products, or where I'm at, or getting people to an event, or getting people onto the website for a certain reason, things like that. So I want to emphasize, if you don't know your pricing very well, if you're guesstimating, if you're copycat pricing, if you are using prices that you saw online, if you kind of looked at your numbers but you don't have depreciation, overhead, your labor costs, your profit margin, or your profit percentage, if you don't have your materials calculated right, all of this is going to be an issue. So you do need to know your pricing penny by penny. That's going to be key here when you're working with a loss leader, because you need to know how much you can push it before you're losing money. And then if you're losing money, how much money is it? And after the sales are completed, can we decide if that made sense or not? Just looking at the data. So it's easier if you understand your pricing. If you need help with that, of course, this month is all about the pricing and the profit strategy. The workshop gives you a half off code for the pricing course. You get the mentorship time. So signing up for the workshop, dipping your toes in there, and then going on to either the course or working with me directly on your pricing is going to be really helpful here. Okay, so keeping in mind that your loss leader, and this specific cookie dipper bag is the example, not only gives a client a taste of my recipes, because my cookie dipper bag is like my custom cookies or my bigger cookies, but they're just tiny. So they get to taste what's going on with that. It can also be a snack for a family to share, right? There's like 12 cookies in the bag. So if you have a 3-person, 4-person, even 6-person family, everyone can get a taste. But it can also, for me, be made in bulk. Thousands of little cookies, I can do all at one time. I don't have to separate it out because it's all the same materials and the baking process, and I just have to do it in one long streak. It's also got pretty simple ingredients. So I'm not, I almost always have butter, sugar, eggs, and flour sitting around for these cookies. So it's not like I'm having to go out and get specialty sugars, and I'm not having to go out and get specialty flavorings and all this kind of stuff. It's a very simple product. This product is also shelf-stable tested for up to 2 months. So it is easy to create and have around. And then it's also easy to freeze. So getting your testing done on your loss leader to be really versatile, I think, is important, and it'll save you time and money later too when you're trying to use this for different purposes. So again, these are the main reasons I chose this specific item for my loss leader. And lastly, it's just a crowd pleaser. It's something people ask me about all the time. It's something corporations want to buy. It's something, agencies want to buy to give to their friends and family. It's something that can be gifted. It's something that can be branded on the front with their own stickers. It's something they can keep on hand for a while. It's really easy to use. Now I want to go into another option for a loss leader, and this could be maybe like a baby stage of one of your products. And I see people doing this with sample boxes. That's essentially the idea here. But what we want to do is we want to help people understand what the product is without giving them too much, and then trying to urge them into buying the bigger thing or the more intricate thing. So let's say you sell bread and your inclusion loaves cost more money because they include certain things, and they are at a profitable rate. They're listed at however many dollars per loaf to make sure you're making a good profit on that. But the classic loaf, maybe it's slightly lower priced because you want to get people interested in the bread itself. knowing that they have the inclusion loaves, maybe they're not ready to go that far yet. Or even better, depending on your baking situation, maybe even half loaves instead of full loaves. So you're really doing half the amount. And whenever I'm selling half of a product, I always charge more than half. So the whole product, let's say the whole product's $10, the half product is going to be $6. It's not going to be $5. That's just how I usually do it. But let's say, usually because it takes more time to do the smaller thing as well, unless you're just cutting it in half. But there's still labor included in that. So giving them kind of like a little taste, and maybe it's not, maybe you are doing a $5 or even a $4 to get them in the door to taste it. You can even do a limit of like only one per person, that kind of thing. And then later, if they like the product, they're likely going to end up paying more for the inclusion loaves because they want to try something new. Or that larger loaf that's cheaper, right? Because the 2 half loaves is $6 each and a full loaf is $10. Then they're actually saving money by buying the full loaf versus the small loaf. So you can use your pricing and weigh your pricing to kind of urge them into the larger purchases. And then later bringing you more profit later as they get interested in your business and they get trying more stuff. So to recap on this, a loss leader is a product that is priced artificially low to attract clients and help them purchase more or higher cost items from you in the same trip or in the future by coupling things. So I suggest in the same trip just to make sure you're getting the bang for the buck. You never really know when someone's coming back. But if it is a future purchase, I think that's still useful. So again, I mentioned coupling. So coupling items as in showing them together at the same time. You can also display items close to each other or kind of with each other in the same situation. Like if you took a product photo of your bread slice with some jam on it, maybe the jam is also on the website. So you can say, hey, you can get both of these items for this amount of money. Or even marketing higher profit items with the loss leader. So again, like bundling them, bread plus a jam, things like that. I do suggest choosing one item from your menu to be the loss leader just to get started. Again, we might need to meet to look at your menu or to look at your menu ideas to kind of see which would likely be the best one. And then focusing a lot of marketing around this item to get people to understand what it is and get interested in it. I would treat this as kind of like your staple. So you know that you're always going to be working with this product and you can use it in different ways like I have. You can change how you're using it, but it's kind of like this is what, this is a crowd pleaser. This is something I want to have around all the time. Likely it's almost always in stock. You're taking it with you places if you're going to events, that kind of thing. Hopefully this will become part of your brand, kind of like how Costco's hot dog combo is part of their brand now. And part of your marketing strategy to get people excited about trying out your brand and your business. If you liked hearing about this strategy for profit building, I want you to definitely make sure to join me next week because we're going to go over 5 more. Not just like this, they're different, but it's the same type of fairly easily accessible profit strategy that you can start adding to your list of things to do so that you don't ever feel like you don't know how to make money. There's lots of ways to make money, and I want to cover the 5 ones that help me grow to 6 figures with my home baking business next week so that you can start using them right away. And again, if you don't know much about pricing or you don't feel comfortable with it, or you're kind of just winging it, it's going to be a little tough to find that cost of your loss leader so that you can really price it strategically. So you are going to get helpful tools in the workshop to help with that as well. There's going to be that private mentorship time. If you sign up before the live session happens, you're going to get 20 minutes there. And then there's a half off code for our pricing course, which it's going to save you a lot of money on that. But that also comes with more mentorship, time in our elite program for our group coaching. That's coaching every week. You're going to get lots of support. So I just know that if you get into the workshop, you're likely going to fix your pricing or get your pricing set up as well. It kind of comes hand in hand. We are covering those 5 pricing strategies that improve profit in August. Again, that's next week. And then we're going to be doing pricing psychology to increase sales in September, which again is a really interesting topic. And I think once you understand some of this, you're going to be using it all the time and you're just going to feel like a more savvy business owner. You must sign up before the live date for any of those sessions to get all of the bonuses that come with it. And that includes that mentorship time. So getting into the workshop now would be better if you know you want to be there. They do come on replay too, so if you can't make the time that's listed, you'll still get the information and all the bonuses if you sign up before the live session happens. Either workshop can be registered for a la carte, so you can do either one. They're $20 each. Or you can bundle all 3 quarter 3 workshops at a discounted rate of $49. That gets you the replay from last month and then the 2 live sessions that are coming up all together for less. So it's super easy to get in. It's in Zoom. You get the replay over email if you can't be there. And it's affordable for our bakers. I want everyone to get their monthly professional development goals met. Get in there and get a couple hours just to help yourself grow as a business owner. I like to treat it kind of like as an order. So whenever I do professional development, I plan it in and I don't take orders over that time. And I just make sure I have that time for myself, because anything that you're doing to feed into your professional outlook and the way that you do things in your business is going to help everybody, including your clients. So it's really good to just maybe set a monthly goal of getting a couple hours or even a weekly goal to work towards that. And all of our workshops are always love it or your money back. So if you view the workshop, you come to the live session and it wasn't what you wanted or whatever, I want to make sure you're happy. So I'm not here to do anything besides that. I want happy bakers. Okay, I hope this is all helpful for today. I'm not seeing comments, but every time I do this live on Facebook lately, it has not been showing me comments. So if I come back, if there are, I will come back and talk to you in just a moment once I can get out of the live stream. That's all for today's sessions on loss leaders, a very interesting topic. We'll be back next Thursday with our last profit concept for August. We have one more session in August, and that is what is a price ceiling. It is something that people talk about a lot in the baking industry, but they don't call it a price ceiling. So I want to talk about what that is and how it's going to relate to how you are finding profitable items and how you're building profitable items on your menu. I hope you all have the best day. We'll see you next Thursday. Hopefully see you next week too for the workshop. It's on Tuesday. Again, you can't come to the time listed. It's on Tuesday evening, Mountain Time. You can't come, no worries. You can get the replay. Just sign up before the session takes place so you can get all the bonuses that come with it. Okay? All right. I hope to be helping you soon with your business, and I hope you have a great day. Okay, bye.